Our blue tit was successful in laying 5 eggs. She would then proceed to sit for 24 hours a day on those nests for seemingly weeks on end whilst she waited for the eggs to hatch. And then in mid-May she hatched out 4 offspring. From now on, it was a real challenge for both the female and male bird to get all the food that those small chicks would require. They required a huge amount of food. And so the parent birds would be going in and out of the nest. In and out. The chicks, meanwhile, grew bigger, but we'd had such awful weather that unfortunately one of the chicks didn't survive. But there were 3 offspring, and they, as usual, were looking for more and more food. So the parent birds, of course, kept coming in, and so, of course, our chicks kept eating. Some 100 caterpillars per day each. The parent birds would go in and come out, go in and come out. But eventually our chicks were getting much bigger, and they started being adventurous now, walking around the nest, even if it meant standing on top of your other sister or brother's head, as this one chick is doing. But then, on Wednesday last week, all 3 were getting ready for some big event. They were all ready and preening their plumage, ready for something to happen. A little later that day on Wednesday, we looked at the nest and there was nothing in it, just the solitary egg that hadn't hatched. But looking outside, there on a branch was one of the chicks. There'd been success. This has been part of our parable. I don't know what project you started back in March, but I do hope too that your project was successful. Now is the time to celebrate, I hope, that things are happening as you would wish, and that God is getting the glory for all that you do. We don't know what's going to happen to our blue tit, but we do wish it all the best in the future.